For some reason lately, I've been feeling like I've lost a little bit of my sense of creativity, and I think that's from a few different sources. Number one, obviously everybody's distracted right now with social media, and I'm no different. I wake up, I scroll Instagram, I scroll TikTok, I scroll YouTube, and I spend so much of my time consuming that in a lot of cases I forget to create. I'm consuming a lot. I am still making content. I make videos for businesses that we have as clients, but as far as personal work, I really don't shoot a lot for myself anymore, and I think that's taken a toll on my creative juices, my creative muscles. And I want to talk today about how you can avoid the trap of consumption. Gary Vee, one of the great minds of our time, has a rule. Whenever he wakes up, he consumes for a certain amount of time, and after that consumption period is over, he's done. He's done with consuming social media for the day, and he gets on with his day, gets on to his creativity. And those are things that I think are very important to implement in today's time with all the distractions that we have. It's so easy to get into the rut of just watching or just taking in content and not creating content for ourselves. The first thing that I want to talk about today to overcome that issue of consumption is make a limit, make a time limit for how long you're going to consume. Whether you wake up and you say, I'm going to consume for 10 minutes, for 20 minutes, for 30 minutes, for an hour, however long it is for that day, you need to set your timer, consume, and then stop. Stop consuming for the rest of the day and focus on the task that you have at hand. Secondly, I think it's very important to have a rough dictation of what you consume. And what I mean by that is it's so easy to endlessly scroll mind-numbing, just stupid videos, stupid content, whether it be on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. Once again, it's so easy to get into those rabbit holes of just mind-numbing content. I think it's very important to compartmentalize the type of content that you are consuming. That's not to say that you can't have fun on these platforms and that you can't consume entertaining pieces of content, but I think we have to compartmentalize and dictate what are most important to our creativity. For me, I can break this down into 3 different types of videos. The number one type of content that I like consuming on YouTube, for instance, is educational videos in relation to my profession. So tutorials on Photoshop, Lightroom, Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve. I love learning new techniques inside of those programs. The second type of video that I really like consuming are reviews. Obviously, I run a review channel for the most part here on YouTube, and so I like watching other reviews as well to help inspire me for my reviews, to give my audience the best review from me that they can possibly get. And the third type of content that I enjoy consuming is the entertainment / mind-numbing content, which we will just throw into a category all its own, because I think all of us can go down that rabbit trail. So it's very important to compartmentalize and understand the type of content that is important. I think number one for me is I need to continue my educational content, obviously, because I don't want to stop learning how to do this profession better. Secondly, the reviews. Once again, me being a review channel, it's very important for me to gain inspiration from other reviewers as well. And thirdly, the mind-numbing content. So if we put this into percentages, I would say 50% of my time needs to be spent on those educational videos, learning my craft, getting better at my craft. 25% of my time on reviews and 25% of my time on mind-numbing, just garbage, whatever you want to call it, just to give me kind of a deload from the work perspective of being a content creator. I think that's a pretty good happy medium for me. I think that's a percentage that I can work with. And I think that's something to consider for yourself as well. Divide those content types into percentages. What is the most important use of your time for the content that you consume? And the last tip that I'm going to give, I actually got this idea from Patrick Tamaso. He's from Canada, wonderful creator. I've been following him lately and really into his stuff. In one of his recent videos, he talked about challenging yourself to shoot content for yourself, or short stories, whatever you want to shoot. And for me, I think the thing that will help me creatively is to create short stories based on just everyday things that I do. They may be boring, they may not be really fun to anyone else, but it keeps my creative muscle working, it keeps my creative juices flowing. And so at the end of this video, you're going to see a short film basically of my morning this morning and how it panned out in my hunt for caffeine. And no, it's not a B-roll coffee montage. It does have something to do with coffee, but I'm not going to bore you with 120 frames a second coffee pouring. There's a whole lot better creators for that, but I just wanted to offer my advice to you guys today on things that you can do to avoid the creative rut that I've experienced due to my overconsumption of content. And now that all the blood is rushing to my head, I think I will get up. Peace.